YouTubers. I'm making this video to address the issue on the Cadillac STS issues. My son's got a Cadillac STS 2005 that doesn't want to start, or it starts intermittently. And what's happening is, and a lot of people I've been seeing on YouTube is having the same issue, is that when you go to start the car, the dashboard just blank out, it'll just turn black, and it won't do nothing for about 10, 15 seconds, and then it'll cut itself back on and kind of do a recycle. You go to push the button again, and it just goes black again. um, this guy Auto Chronicles, he kind of showed us, but he didn't actually show directly how to fix it, which is unfortunate. But like I say, he's on the right track anyways. Basically, as you're facing the fuse panel from the front of the engine, this is what it's gonna look like. And that black box right there with the blue wire coming off of it is what you're going to be using to jump to get the car started. He's got kind of a wire set up, and it kind of is hard to tell where he's got it plugged into just by looking at this. But anyways, I'm going to show you. It's dark outside right now, so I can't really go out there, and I don't have a flashlight right now. So I'm just going to do a little quick diagram. I drew it on here, and this is the fuse panel. If you was take the fuse, that black box out, you're going to see these. You're going to see 2 on the left, and you're going to see 3 on the right. And it's really, there's only 4 that's actually in there, because that top left one is going to be always hot, no matter what the car's on or off. The bottom left one powers up when you turn the car to the on position. That one will get juice. This top right one, I'm not sure exactly what it did yet. I just kind of did a quick test on that one. It may be a grounding unit, but anyway, we're not going to use it, so I'm not worried. The middle right one is actually blank. So if you look at it, you're going to see actually really 4: top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. Like I said, the middle one on the right is actually blank. And the bottom right one is to the starter. That's what you're going to be using to jump. I did a diagram of how to jump it. This is what you're going to be looking at. Doing this diagram right here, the way I got mine set up, it can crank at any time when you push that button. If you don't want it to crank at any time, you're going to actually use the bottom left one instead of the top left one. I got mine set up to the top left one, but I'm going to move it down to the bottom right one. The reason why I say the bottom left one, I'm sorry. The reason why I say bottom left one is because when you turn the car to the on position, this one right here will be powered up. So it'll only be able to crank when you got the car to the on position in that situation. But the way I got mine set up is I got it set up to the top left, because that's always on. And then I got a wire going all the way to inside the car. This is actually under the dashboard, my switch. I got the same switch that he's got on his Auto Chronicles. But the switch is right here. When you go to push the switch button, it'll send power from your switch to that bottom right one, which is going to crank your car up. Well, when you do it this way too, also you want to know, when you go to crank it up, it doesn't crank up right away. It takes a little while for it to crank up, but it's not like a 15-second thing. It's like mine takes about 4 seconds, 5 seconds to crank. To actually catch. I go to hit it, it'd be like, whatever you want to say, but it takes about 5 seconds for it to crank up and actually catch. But once it does it, if you go turn the car back off after a while, turn it back on, it'll crank right back up. But then again, the issue he's having is after a while of letting it sit for a long time, you go to crank it normally by using the regular button inside the car, and it won't do it. So then I have to hit the bypass button to get it to start. But once I do that, I can drive around and do all my errands, and it starts perfectly. Again, like I said, you've been using this car for probably about a week. It's actually my son's car. I've been driving it for a week just to test and make sure it's actually going to stay the way it's been, and it's been doing perfectly fine. I'm probably going to make another video showing it in the daytime so people can actually see the wires. But anyways, like I said, how he's got his, you want to use that top left one and the bottom right one and put a jumper. You can jump it either straight from here and do it, or you can hook up to a switch like I have mine in here, because I like to have the convenience of just sitting in the car and pressing it. And my son, he's not going to want to go out there and pull that fuse panel off and be jumping us every day, or every couple of days, whatever, just to get it to start. So he's got like a little hideaway button now where he can actually jump the car and start it. But I hope, like I said, I'm hoping everybody can watch this video. I'm going to attach a link to Auto Chronicles so he can, so you guys can actually figure out how to solve this problem. Again, like I said, you're going to be using these 4 connectors. You're only going to use the top left one and the bottom right one, and just use the jumper switch in between. And this will, you'll be able to solve this problem and get this thing fixed. If you have any questions, just reply my link, and I'll be glad to respond back on with anything that you might need to get this thing resolved. I want people to be able to get their car back on the road. But again, I hope everybody has a good night.